What's up with it? Ground level perspective. We back at it again.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off.
Welcome to Ground Level Perspective.
Cause I'm a Uptown Mac and it's like that.
What?
Cause I'm a Uptown Mac and it's like that. So
My name is
Kim Wilson. Welcome to Ground Level Perspective. This is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it.
Hey, what's happening with you, man? Kim Wilson, Ground Level Perspective. We've got a great show for you, man. This one is going to be a special one. We got my homeboy Sam Moses on Ground Level Perspective.
Yeah. I live life sucker free. That's why the niggas you get me with talk down like they don't f with me. I get money realistically, and the homies show me love. Groupies wanna lead a club with me.
Oh, what's up, man? Kim Wilson, Ground Level Perspective. We got Sam Moses at the spot.
What's up, Kim? What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Hey, man. Let's talk about you, man. Let's before we even talk about how you got here, let's talk about how it all started, man.
How far back you want to go?
Hey,
You know, we grew up across the street from each other. Do you really want me to go that deep?
Hey, man.
Yeah, and it's true. You know, we did grow up across the street from each other, man.
Yeah.
And I was raised, by a single mom.
Me too.
coming up in the area. Pops was present, but moms and pops, they couldn't work out their thing. So my mom is my rock, man, and she brought me up, man, to be a strong, independent young man. And
man, you know what's funny is, I never knew that you jumped in the hoop the way you did, man. When did that start?
Well, actually, Kim, that's funny. I was a baseball kid coming up, man. Mm-hmm. So you remember old school Gallagher and Burke?
Yep.
So I was a baseball kid, man. I didn't touch basketball, man, honestly, till like I was 14 years old, going into what we used to call junior high school.
Yeah, right.
They call it middle school now. It was junior high school. So I did all my schooling in Oakland, man. From Burbank to Bret Hart, to Castlemont, and then I ended up going to Merritt College, and then I finished up at Cal State.
Well, hold on, you going too fast. You fast forward and past your highlights, man. Hold on.
I don't like to speak too much about it, man. We can get into it, man.
Let's talk about. Come on, man. Castlemont at the time you went to high school, you had to be good.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was competitive. And you had to compete. Wasn't nothing given to you. You had to earn it. And that's what made you tough on the court. So yeah, if you did make the team, it was a 12-man roster, and if you did make that, you were somebody.
You know what the other cool part about it was, when you talk about you were playing hoop, man, you played amongst the best in Oakland. I mean, I was thinking about if they had YouTube back then, and you guys was playing, dude, I think a lot of cats would understand and look at you differently.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. You have the younger generation that's coming up now that look at certain things and highlight it, and we've been doing that, man, for 35, 40 years.
Yeah.
And everyone was good. It wasn't a diamond in the rough. You had 10 diamonds in the rough. You could go all the way through the OAL, and you had 6 or 7 players from each team that could flat out play basketball. The separation between the guys that were really good and the guys that went on to the next level is probably number one thing is timing. Number two thing is growth. You have guys that you grew up with that was really good, and you come back and see them the next year and they done grew 4 or 5 inches. So it plays a big part. Not to say the skill set is not the same for the guy who didn't grow, but it's the timing of your situation to go to the next level. Hard work, dedication, everybody had coming up in Oakland because you had to grind.
Work ethic.
Work ethic was amongst all of us. So it's all about timing and location. We were blessed to come out of Oakland, man, and have such a pool of talent. You got GP, You know, you got Antonio, you got G Foster, you got B Shaw, you know, you got J Kidd, one of your good friends that you brought to me when he was a youngster when I was playing. So J Kidd used to come watch me play in college.
Yeah. No, we saw you and her play at Cal State Hayward.
Right, man. So
throwing the ball off the backboard.
Right.
And,
right.
Flying,
so it's a testament that we were the eyes, or we were the prize that made these other players be who they are. You know, J Kidd didn't be a Hall of Famer. GP already crossed the Hall. You know, and these are all the guys that came out of here. So if you was a hooper, you was connected, and you had that respect growing up here in Oakland, man.
I'm glad y'all can join in this conversation, man. We were just talking to Sam about growing up in Oakland and navigating through Oakland, man. So let's talk about that, man. Navigating through Oakland is some serious business, man. How did you do that and still build all these great relationships with all these people, man? Because half of Oakland knows you, and then the other half think they know you.
Yeah, it's funny you use the word navigation, man. It's a tricky slope, man, full of speed bumps. The key to making it through is you got to always,
speed bumps.
Well, I mean, you know, you got to figure out how to either roll over them or go around them, because you were raised to know right from wrong. You know, okay, I see what you're doing to the left, but if I go to the right, it's all good.
Especially when you left-handed.
Come on, man, but you got to go both ways. So I went both ways, man. Sometimes I went left because they're my homies. Sometimes I went right because it was a straight route to the crib. So depending on what time I had to get home, because we was built on a street light. You know, the light come on, you got to be in the crib. You know what I mean? So navigating through is tough, man. And I am known, and most people that played any sport, I'm not just going to say basketball. We're going to talk about basketball because I played basketball. If you were an athlete coming up in Oakland and you were fairly good, you were known from the east to the west to the north. You were known because you played the sport. You know, and all of my relationships are pretty much based on basketball. My best friends are connected to me through basketball.
Name one.
Ah, man, Gilbert Pete.
Okay.
Ken Jackson.
Okay. That's my partner. Ken was at it.
Yeah, man, you know, we knocked each other's heads around. Our parents know each other. You know, our kids know each other. You know, I'm the godfather of the kids, and they're the godfather of my kids. You know, through this sport of basketball, man, it's just a tool to my life. You know, I dedicate everything to knowing this sport.
The facility that you are right now, this facility right now, is so important because we didn't have that back when you were younger. Now you got this facility right here.
That was far and in between. So everything was used as a multi-purpose. So your gyms in our area, you had East Lake YMCA, you had EOYDC, you had 85th Boys Club. And if we get out of Oakland, you had Sally Ann's Boys Club. That was basically your locations to play indoors, and those were multi-purpose. So you would get maybe an hour or hour and a half to play, and that's it.
That's it, right.
What we have here at Jamtown, man, is a full-out, almost 24-hour facility, 7 days a week. We don't close. We don't close. And it's 92% basketball. We're lined out here for volleyball. I have volleyball in here once, twice a week, but primarily this is a basketball facility, so it's heaven. It's heaven for kids who really love this game. It's absolute heaven. And the reason Jamtown is here is I guess by the grace of God, because it's location. And so it's two investors in this venture. One is named Eric Lamison, is attorney, a founder of Kirk and Ellis law firm, and the other is my good friend. The reason that I'm here is Mark Mastroff, the founder of 24 Hour Fitness.
All right, what's happening, Mark?
Big Mark. But yeah, man, so they collectively found this location, and you know, by the grace of God, we were able to get approved by the city and getting all of our licenses and everything, and that's why we're here.
Now you set the stage for kids to have good memories here. Right. You know, you're in a position right now where you are giving back to thousands of kids.
Oh yeah.
How many kids actually come through here?
Oh, how do you want to break it down? By week, by day.
You could talk about AAU tournaments that people that travel from LA to
Let's just say
here.
It's been over 1 million people that has walked through these doors.
I also like the fact that you're taking it a step further and you're using this basketball facility as an escape for kids to be like, look, you can relax here.
Right.
You can feel safe here. You can come here and compete competitively and get to the next level.
Right. So before you come through these doors, you don't know what's been built up in that kid. Basketball can be used as a stress release. You're pounding the ball, you're getting out your frustrations. You got somebody with similar issues that's trying to defend you and stop you. You know, you're trying to get your frustration out by penetrating and getting past that person. So it's a valuable tool. And being here at Jamtown in such an awesome facility in a centrally located area is an awesome thing for kids. You know, once you're in here, like you said, you are protected. You know,
I walked in here and saw all the parents in here. I was like, you had 4 games going on at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And everything was running seamlessly. That ref, scoreboard, everything in here just made the people feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it.
Let's talk about some of the NBA players that come here.
Oh man, where you want me to start, man? It's been a blessing.
I'm not talking about personal friends,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah,
NBA,
no,
man. I'm just talking about the people.
No, yeah,
but they all your friends, though,
yeah,
man.
no doubt, man. Growing up in this game, you meet so many amazing people through this sport, man. And the reason I'm here is through this game of basketball, man. And I've met some amazing people. And location being so key, and our Warriors is so hot right now.
Oh,
and it's a beautiful thing, man. Every commercial that you see, Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, all of those guys, they shoot all of their commercials here.
Why do you think they shoot it here, though?
I think they shoot it here, one, because of location, because it's close.
Right.
But this is a state-of-the-art facility. It's just like them leaving their facility to come to this facility. We have the same professional backboards, and
I don't really think
you
it's
don't think
all.
that's it?
No, I
You don't
think
think
it's
that's
you.
it? You
That's
think
what
it's me?
I think it's you.
Man,
No,
I
'cause
appreciate that.
I think people come here because they feel comfortable.
they're all here. Steph's here, Clay's here, Dre's here. We even do a open run that I do privately for a group of guys, ex-college guys, ex-pro guys. And I try to make it private for them to come in and play to where they can have a good time with the right amount of competition.
What are some of the kids' most memorable moments in here when the kids are playing here? You know, somebody walked through the door and they just stop.
I'll give you one. So you know now we had the best player in the world on our team now.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you talking about me. Okay, here we go.
We
We
talking
doing
about
it
Kim.
now. Oh, yeah.
Talking about Kim. Well, his first name do start with a K.
Yeah, that was
talking
on the
about
same page.
We talking about KD.
Oh, yeah.
So it was we had a Nike event here. So through relationships, got a phone call, set up something with Nike, and did a surprise visit with KD. So I had a tournament going on. So it's about 600 to 800 kids in here. All 4 courts were going, and KD did a cameo. So he came through the front door, man, and games are going on, right?
Right.
Tournament, regular tournament.
Right, somebody crossing somebody over.
Everything.
Right. Alley-oop,
Referees,
everything.
whistles, everything going. KD
Right.
walks through, the whole gym shuts down.
Just freeze.
Referees stop reffing. Kids stop playing.
Somebody got whiplash.
Oh man, they ran out there, attacked him, man. You know, the cameras came out, man. The whole tournament shut down, man. It was incredible. So,
And this is before the championship.
yeah, this is before the championship. So I'm sure that those kids, along with those parents,
Yeah.
will remember that for the rest of their lives, man. That was a pretty special day.
So let's talk about this, man. Let's speak specifically more about what is layup, man. That's what you into, man.
Team Layup, I'll give you a little backdrop of Team Layup, man. It's just something that I came up with by dealing with all of these kids, man. It's just a fundamental word. You know, if you think about layup, one of the first shots that you teach anybody that comes into your presence in basketball is usually a layup, right? It's the most fundamental shot. It's the highest percentage shot in basketball. So you take the fundamental of anything and you make it as easy as possible for the kid. So layup, I use that word and I created an acronym around the word, and it stands for Life Around Youth Under Pressure. You're part of Team Layup. This other guy across the street's a part of Team Layup. Anybody that's raising a kid, any teacher is a part of Team Layup. So Layup is just a all-out brand that everybody needs to be aware of, that they are a part of Team Layup. And if you really think about it, you know, our world is based on our future of our kids. So life around youth under pressure, they're under so much pressure to succeed in everything Everything is identified either on the court by a percentage, in the classroom by a test score,
That's true.
and they're under so much pressure to perform. So it's up to us as leaders, and it's so many different type of leaders. I use basketball as a platform to lead and teach these kids, you know, how to get through or navigate their way through, like we did coming up in the hard streets of Oakland, to navigate their way through life under pressure, because there's so much pressure for these kids.
Yeah, man. This I feel like I got gamed up coming here, man. This is cool, man. Look, OG telling me once again,
Come on, man.
don't ever stop. Look, from 5 years old, learning how to walk around the corner with this cat, because I couldn't walk around the corner without this cat.
Right,
dude.
right.
This cat had karate
Kung
skills.
Fu Panda, man. Kung Fu Panda, man.
Yeah, man, thanks for letting me come through, man, and just get some insight on what's going here so I can bring my daughter here and those out there listening. Like Sam, go ahead and let them know how they can get involved
Man,
with
you know,
this,
come
man.
on down here to Jamtown, 31 4th Street, man. You can catch us on jamtown.net, net like you shooting, like Kim got that nice shot.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean? Come on in here, man, and check us out. Stop at the front desk, see what
Right.
we're doing, man. It's safe. We will protect your babies. They'll leave here with an awesome experience, man. Please come down here and hang out. As far as Team Layup, man, all of you guys are part of Team Layup. If you're raising anybody and you care and love about anybody, you're a part of Team Layup. Life around youth under pressure, it don't stop, man. Let's
Don't
get it.
stop, man. Ground level perspective, Sam Moses.
Come on, baby.
And Kim Wilson, man.
All day.
Out of Oakland, man. We out.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it on. Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it on.
Welcome to Ground Level Perspective.
Cause I'm a Oaktown Mac and it's like that.
What?
Cause I'm a Oaktown Mac and it's like that. So
Kim Wilson.